Hello, everyone. In this video, we're going to get started on sections 2.1 and 2.2 in our notes on the elementary derivative rules. We're looking at these two sections at once because many texts and resources chunk up some of these shortcut formulas or elementary derivative rules into two parts. In this class, we're going to look at all of them together. So before getting into our shortcut formulas, I want to take a moment to talk about some alternative notations for the derivative. We are going to start computing more derivatives of different types of functions. So it's important to have a lot of notation to describe these derivatives and to be familiar with the ways in which you might see the derivative written in other resources and other textbooks. So let's go ahead and get started with this list. So the first notation that we're going to use for the derivative of a function f of x equaling y is what you've seen before. So that is f prime of x. You get my prime symbol nice and big there, f prime of x. Sometimes this is abbreviated as just f prime without the input symbol x notated. Something else you might see is just y prime. If our output variable is y, then the derivative of this function is often written y prime. The third notation that we see is dy over dx. So in words, this is said the derivative of y with respect to x. The derivative of y with respect to x. So in this notation, it becomes clear which variable you're changing in the numerator and which variable you're changing in denominator when you're computing a slope of a tangent line. So again, the derivative of y with respect to x, meaning the variable in the denominator is x. And then the last bit of notation we might see for the derivative is just d over dx of f of x. And this is often said the derivative with respect to x of f. So it's a very similar idea to what we see up here, but now we're just notating that f of x function kind of on a separate level to emphasize that f of x is our original function. And then over here, the derivative with respect to x. So in words, we'd say the derivative with respect to x of f of x. So I know there's a lot of new notation here. So I encourage you to just take a moment, pause the video, and just sit with these notations for a little bit. Don't pressure yourself too much to remember all of them right now. The more that you see of these notations and of computing the derivative, the more comfortable you'll be with using these different notations. And again, I just want to emphasize that all of these symbols are representing the same thing. They are representing the derivative of a function y equals f of x with respect to x. So in the next video, you'll see some of these new notations being used as we work on some shortcut formulas for computing derivatives of various families of functions.